It's Week 7 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He comes in 4th in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Steelers and the Jets on Sunday night.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And running with power here. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. This defense for the Steelers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A little short pass. This is Everett. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Here we go. Say hi.
Here's Fields. Throw left side to Reynolds. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, son. All right.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Oh, fighting off. Hall has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Here we go. Right.
Back to throw. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Seven 0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check go.
Now Willis. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team. But I certainly thought he had an open look. Down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And all in all, pretty Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2 yards the why they're up right now, and the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. The throw's going to be caught. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And he's going to be brought down, but the double pass worked to perfection. And no way to run for Willis. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Willis will look to throw it. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Here we go, side.
Fields now to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Fields. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Here we go. We're good. Hurry up, hurry up.
Fields. Into the hands of Patrick left side. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. 7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Here we go, side. Side.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Fields. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Prater's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here.
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Got
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Willis. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Fields. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Do it.
Looking to throw. Fields. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
In motion left is Beckham. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. That's going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's second down. And Wilson in motion left. Now Willis to throw. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Kaiser White, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Don't jump. Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here we go, Slide. Right.
Throwing again on second down. Fields finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Fields. That is caught. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Swipe. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point good by Prater, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before. The 35. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw, here's Willis. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Malik Willis as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis will try and throw for this. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here we go. All right.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Spencer Rattler, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there we say, so long, America. Hello, England, as we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Travis Etienne, a touchdown run in the victory. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, another doubleheader. Ravens-Bucks at 8:15 Eastern, followed by Chargers-Cardinals from the desert 45 minutes later. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Willis looking to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
The shotgun snap to Willis. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw, here's Willis. And here's Freiermuth again. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check smash, check smash. Hut, hut.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Willis scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Steelers are back within a score. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Boswell for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Malik Willis who took it in himself to cap things off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Why?
Let's go now. Ready?
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And quickly they get to the line.
The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
Now Willis. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The throw's going to be caught. And he's going to be brought down, but the double pass worked to perfection. So X out the big play. This one comes back.
Still it's not a call you get very often. Offensive pass interference, but it was the right one in this case, and that'll wipe away a really nice gain.
Now 3rd down and very long.
19 Lions. Take go.
Willis. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Go!
Here's Willis. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward getting upfield. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up the 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Go!
Now this time, Willis throwing it. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Okay, ready? Here we go, set.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Ready.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Didn't get a whole lot there, but at least he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
True on every count there, because I know for a fact that when that call came in, it was tagged with these words. Make sure to tell him, if he doesn't have anything, get out of bounds. Save the time on the clock. Now they've got to start considering what their play calling is, because they've got to push it downfield.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That was a particularly nice play, because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shotgun snap to Willis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They go to Johnson again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Let's go now.
Here's 1st and goal.
Viking 18.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Malik Willis scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Warriors 70. Go.
Willis to try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So the Jets now down by a field goal. 2:05 to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, son.
From the gun, here's Fields. So it's Jets football. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here. All eyes on Fields. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Here's 1st and 10.
Sack.
Now Willis. That's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's second down. Throwing, Willis. Dancing to his left. And this one too low.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, He should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Come 19, come 19. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
Here's Willis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Chap 60, Chap 60. Check. Mustang 19. Check go.
Willis to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
A little bit of a dangerous throw in a tie ball game, because your job, make sure the worst thing that happens to your offense is that you go into overtime. That could have been a game changer there if he came down with that interception.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Willis to throw. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's
Automatic
difficult
first down.
about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. Fighting his way through contact. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to... Here's the Jets punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Austin. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return. You can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And he'll be out right at the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Now 2nd and 9. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Willis. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only second down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for third. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's third down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome of the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.